Listener warning. Everything about this podcast is offensive and often stupid.
Their cancer.
It's a real problem.
Live from Racine, Wisconsin, it's America's finest gaming podcast.
Real fine. Top
Nice
quality.
Games and Bear.
We have some energy.
Yeah.
I want some energy, damn.
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, today we're gonna find out where ugly lies.
Right here.
Does it lie in the graphics? Does it lie in the gameplay? Today we're gonna discuss that and more. But first, it's time for Beer Court.
No, I'm not doing it.
Ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Beer Court.
So what's our beer tonight for Beer Court, Rob?
Well,
I feel
Honorable-
like... Wait.
Honorable Rob Benson is presiding over this particular episode of Beer Court. Today's beer is Fuel Cafe's.
Nope, it's Lakefront Brewery.
Oh, Lakefront Brewery. Sorry. Yeah, and I know that
Cafe.
too.
Yeah.
Because I was like all happy because I got a Lakefront Brewery.
Yeah,
Thing.
Spoiler
and
alert.
we do, like,
Cafe.
we do like Lakefront Brewery.
Stout brewed with coffee.
Another
From
one.
Fuel Cafe.
Right. So,
Which is a coffee house in Milwaukee.
right.
please.
hipster coffee
So we are
place.
we're double upping on Milwaukee today. So first of all, one of our favorite breweries in Milwaukee, Lakefront Brewery. If you haven't had any of their stuff, it's pretty much
I
all
got it.
good. Whoa, wait.
No. This has got to be like the first organic beer.
Yeah, this is
organic
USDA
beer.
organic, yes. So
And,
it's and then another really cool place in Milwaukee is a place called Fuel Cafe, which is a really nice coffee house. Does some really amazing sandwiches, may I add, as well.
Oh, nice.
And their breakfast is really good too. They do all sorts of breakfast stuff.
Bless you.
So
Try the organic.
Wait.
Spoiler alert, it's
Wait.
Our
delicious.
Supreme Court justices for today are Travis,
I'm a lawbreaker.
Tom,
yeah,
like I never do it, Ben,
Bandwagon.
we got Drunken Larry,
Hey ho.
we got the noob, and we got this other guy here, this
I'm,
Brian guy.
I'm not a Supreme Court justice. I'm just the
Hey, I'm right
bailiff.
behind you.
Somebody say something about
New
bondage? No, they didn't. Okay.
No, you're not
and
gonna
behind you.
Whoa, new bet. Sorry, there she is.
Wow.
Wait, was New Bet the other
I
guy?
said
or
I'm right
was it
behind
me?
you.
There, she's
All
the
right.
bailiff. You're the person that types.
Yeah, nobody messes with me.
not-
bitches.
Oh, yeah, you're the
Rob, you're cresting.
Yes.
Rob, you're cresting. Suck your foam.
Wow.
Yeah, why is
that happening?
Just
Look
the
at
tip.
this.
Just the tip.
Dude, no, look at it.
Is it because it's
Wait,
a
it
stout?
is the tip. It is the tip. Look.
Stout and it's getting warmer?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's perfect.
Lipstick.
Stop it.
Red Rocket.
All right.
It's delicious.
It is supreme.
It tastes very much like coffee, so if you don't like coffee, stouts or anything like that, don't drink it.
It's a
But
great
it's a-
breakfast beer.
It's a damn good coffee stout. It's
a
a
great way to start the day.
Have it with your
Yeah.
brunch.
When you're after you're hungover, that's a great.
Mix
beer.
it with some fucking Irish cream. I don't
Oh,
know.
no. You know something? That's a good call,
Yeah, but give me
actually.
some.
That shit's delicious.
That is a good breakfast beer.
Yeah.
I give a thumbs
Way
up.
to start day drinking.
All right, so what do we got?
Now, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Okay, now, I am normally not a stout drinker, but I got to say, it's not overly heavy.
It's very coffee though.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
coffee all the way.
It is coffee all the way.
But it's got coffee right on the label.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You should know what
yeah,
you're
what
doing.
you
The
pay
cafe
for.
part of it's kind of a dead giveaway.
I got
And it's
some- I got
organic.
some.
Pass-
No,
bring
we
some more.
did that earlier with another beer, didn't we? With the there was another coffee
Yeah.
beer that was like, nope, this is just tastes
And
like
it's organic.
it's good coffee.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's
It's really good.
That was probably the nitro.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead. So, but here's the thing.
After that,
Again, the other big plus on this one, it isn't organic.
Pull up to the camera.
Yeah, let me pull that up so people can see.
I already did that, dude.
Never mind.
No.
I had a
So-
good swing.
All right.
Can I throw in a comment? I feel like it's very fitting that you guys call me the bailiff. I feel like I could kick some ass. Can I? Can I be the
Mine.
bailiff?
You can be the bailiff,
Yeah, you
okay?
can be.
You are the
Somebody's gotta
you're the
cut me
beer
about
court
it.
bailiff.
Yeah, someone's
I
got
want to
to
trial my
hands on
combat.
Huh?
I want to trial my combat.
All right, let's go.
But
Oh, dude,
I'll take your ass
don't.
down.
Yeah, let's not go there. I've seen.
remember-
I have
I've
two
seen her.
beers, so I guess they would have to fight.
All right.
All right.
Wait a minute, one more
It was
time, everybody.
unanimous.
Wow, that is a very unanimous.
All right,
Rob?
so the Supreme Court finds it a unanimous decision. Fuel Cafe, you are guilty of being tasty and keep me up so I can get drunk longer.
Yeah.
Your
Is there a
sentence?
caffeine
I'm
content?
drinking your ass.
Is there a caffeine
I
content?
sentence you to my
That'd
stomach.
be awesome if there
It
was.
says coffee, so.
Well, yeah, but like maybe the caffeine
It's a
is
it's
like
a four local beers.
yeah. Thanks, Lakefront Brewery. You got me.
Hey,
drunk.
wait. Why do we gotta get?
caffeine.
Why do we gotta get certified by Oregon?
You're an antidepressant, but you can't do it.
The pun is real.
Thank you, Tom.
No problem.
Thanks,
okay,
Tom.
so what's the real topic tonight again?
Oh, that was a real topic.
That-
But
was actually
all of our topics are
6.4
real.
alcohol, by the way.
Ooh, that's a good
Nice.
one too.
That'll get me.
I love it when they put that on the bottle.
So do I. I hate looking for it.
It is special.
That is special.
All right, so today we're going to talk about the first topic, which is graphics. How important are graphics to a game? Is it better to look pretty or be beautiful inside? Actually, we're not really saying that. We're just saying, can a game be ugly and still be excellent?
Okay, now we have to I want to clarify here. Are we talking? Okay, I have seen some games that, again, don't use the most recent graphics or things or 2D games, but they do have their own aesthetic to them. Are we talking about games that are ugly? Like
I would say,
the
in
art
your
assets,
opinion.
the art assets are poor, but it's still a good game.
Well, no, that's a good.
Well,
That's a good point.
If you don't like
Yeah,
pixel art, a pixel art game is ugly as shit to you. I mean, that's just how it is. Now, I love pixel art. I think lots of pixel art games are really pretty, like good old Fist of Awesome over
'Cause they
there. I
might
think
have-
It's a great looking game.
They might still have good
I love that
artistic sense to them, even in a
Two of
pixel
those.
sort of way.
So is that the
There's
determination
two
if
of
it's
those posters.
But
it's artistic?
Leah has the
I would
other one.
also argue whether or
Yeah.
not the graphics gives you enough information to successfully control whatever it is you're controlling. Because sometimes you get sort of false positives in games where you're seeing something on the screen and then you react to it, but it's not really quite there. Or
You're drunk, Larry.
no, I mean,
No,
I
there
get what he's
are
saying.
like the Lion King. That game on Sega was like, no, there's this specific point in this sprite that you have to hit. If
Right.
you don't hit that, you
But-
fall through.
but I
And
don't think-
that's where the art fails the game, where it's you showed me this, but that's not actually what I'm working with.
right. That's not the thing I need to step
That's
on.
a
That's
twist.
not the.
That's
That's a
Yeah,
twist.
that's the point. But that's not the artist's fault. That could easily be the programmer's fault.
Well, but he said, does good graphics make a game bad? Or kind of, you have a good game that has bad graphics. What does bad graphics mean? Does it mean that it's functionally not
A
good?
good recent
Or
example.
it's just unattractive?
A good recent example of a game that has, like I'm saying, is it's their bad graphics. Is that game? Who's Your Daddy? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
oh,
again,
yeah.
it's 3D modeled, but it's 3D modeled poorly. Like it, and I
But
think it's
that-
part of its charm
Well-
in that.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking about, like, okay, are we talking about that, or are we talking about like, oh, does this have to be the latest and greatest in technology?
Well, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. I mean, there's like Rise. I've complained about it on the show.
the Xbox One game.
The
Yeah.
Xbox Rise.
Son of Rome.
yeah.
There were points where it's a role playing game where people are talking to you all the time and stuff like that. But when people are talking to you, the inside of their mouth is like the background.
that's just bad.
That's distracting.
And it is distracting. It takes you out of the mood, takes you
I
out
think
of
that
what
can
you're
be true.
doing.
That stuff like that takes you out of your immersion. I think that there's some games that are purposely ugly, and that's part of their design. That you can, like a lot of Flash games that are actually fun to play. They're ugly as shit. But that said, they're fun to play.
But were they intentionally made ugly, or was this like you said, the art assets weren't good to start with?
Or they're
Again,
functionally
it
bad.
really depends
or-
on what.
Is that in
example
the
we're
design?
talking
Yeah, I
There are
think
plenty of
that's
games
kind of what I
that's-
wanted to go with.
Are we sticking to like today's standards of like beautiful graphics?
Sure.
That's actually what I was going to get into. Do we have like a cutoff date for this? Because
No.
you're mentioning, yeah. Well, but that's the
Absolutely
thing is, you're
not.
mentioning a game from the Sega Genesis, and that
No,
was
I was mentioning that not for the graphics themselves,
But
the
in terms
graphics,
of
the sprite was misleading on the like programming skeleton of like yes,
I mean,
this
that's,
pixel.
and that's
this
happened to
pixel,
me a
that stuff.
lot, even with new games and stuff. I mean, going back to even Burger Time. How many times have you got to the top of the ladder
and not
you
been able to
can't
go left or
move?
right?
you know?
Yeah,
Son of a bitch!
That's control. That's control.
Yeah, or not exactly on that ladder and you're trying to go up.
think that I'm at the top. I can move.
That could have been fixed a little bit by art, though. Again, it could have been a little clearer.
Yeah.
I think maybe over time too that kind of changes. Like you take a game like Myst that was beautiful in its time, so people were kind of at a lower standard for it because it was beautiful. They wanted to see the environments, but I know there's some people that love Myst, but
Boring as hell.
yeah, it's boring as hell. It's not a good game.
And it feels
20 some
super
years
lonely.
later. Or 15 some years later, it's just not a good game. It's not
It's
fun.
the
to play.
Kenny G of games. It makes you feel good, but you really regret actually being into it.
I think I can get that.
Okay, look, God damn it.
The Kenny G of games.
That was a solid one.
I think
So
that's right.
let's look at Fallout 3 versus Fallout 4. I mean, graphically, have those two is there really a difference between
Oh yeah,
Oh
they're
yeah,
significant.
completely, yeah.
That
Okay.
those transparent windows do make a
Heck,
big difference.
from
in
Fallout
immersion.
2 to
Oh,
Fallout
well, that's
3,
a completely
that's
different.
a huge
but that's
difference.
obviously, but that's a completely different stylization. But ultimately, the gameplay is still the same. When you think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
the
even if you
mechanics.
include
Yeah.
New
Fair
Vegas
enough.
as
They
well,
didn't,
you can include that as well. And
So
They tweaked it a
if,
little bit,
if
but-
the gameplay's about the same and his storyline's maybe about the same, do you want to play the graphically better looking one more than the older version?
I feel that it's probably a combination of all three. You have to hit that magic, the balance between all three. Sure, you can have the best looking game on the market. Like, you can have a game running on Crytek at the best quality that you can possibly run, but if you have shit mechanics for gameplay and no story, what do you really have?
I think like a
Shit
game
with
that's
really pretty graphics.
Exactly.
and like a game that has modern technology. You also run the risk of if you're using a new engine with all these fancy add-ons and lighting and shadows and stuff. There's more stuff to fuck up.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, and that stuff breaks immersion in games. Like, it's a lot easier, and that's why I think a lot of programmers or, like, indie studios or people coming out with new games, they kind of assess where they are. Like, if you've got a smaller studio and not a lot of assets to work with, whether it be personnel or money, they try to stick with a simpler-looking game because at the end of the day, it doesn't detract from the gameplay.
Yep.
What about mods specifically for games like Fallout 4, like Skyrim, that have been made by individuals that are just like, this is just going to make your game look prettier?
Here's the thing behind mods.
PC Master Race.
Yeah, I can't even. Yeah. Here's the thing with mods is these are individuals or a small group of individuals that are running on a development time
Hobbyist
frame
thing,
that's as long as they want it to be. I mean, look at most AAA games now, with a couple of notable exceptions. Most of them run on a 3-year dev cycle. I mean, they're having hundreds of millions of dollars and more man hours than I can possibly imagine
In their
pumped into a
modeling.
game.
Yeah,
Right.
in their modeling especially.
Right. So it's one thing to build something from the ground up versus
Wearing the ball suits.
working on graphics.
Right.
For something else.
Skinning an existing engine.
Exactly.
Like
The assets are
Quake.
already there. Shit.
You take Quake. Quake's been upgraded several times, graphically, unofficially. I'd probably
Half-Life.
rather play the graphically upgraded version. In fact, I've really enjoyed playing some of the graphically upgraded.
Is there a
versions.
nostalgia point, though, of just like, no, I want to play the vanilla?
Yeah, but
Well, yeah.
The
and
pure vanilla.
I think there's some
Yes.
people.
That's actually it's an interesting thing that you bring up, and I swear to God, this is the only thing I'm going to say about Halo, and that'll be the end of it.
Every fucking episode!
No, this is relevant.
He knows.
Yeah,
He knows
when Halo Anniversary came out, they had the option to go with the HD version, or if you hit select, you can go back to the old style graphics. The gameplay is the same, but you can change it on the fly. On the fly. instantaneously.
Whoa, okay, that's
Just like
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, you
That's
could.
good.
All right, good.
I played other games like that where Monkey Island.
You saved
Right.
yourself.
You can choose to go back to the original graphics, or
The
you know,
16-bit,
stick with
right.
the updated graphics and play the exact same game. I tell you, I'd never go back.
Really?
No,
I like the 16-bit Monkey
No.
Island.
I'd never go back.
Or how about
They did a really good job on that.
or how about the Apes
That remake
Odyssey?
is beautiful.
Oddworld Games.
Yeah, I played the
Well, yeah, well, it's new and tasty, but it's the same. It's pretty much the same exact
Final
game.
Fantasy 3.
When did New and Tasty come out?
It's been a while.
Was that within the original Xbox?
It's on Xbox. It's on.
No, Munch's Odyssey was original Xbox.
Yeah, Munch's Odyssey was the original Xbox. Ape Odyssey was on PS1, and then they came out with Ape's Exodus, was added.
Extra PlayStation.
Let me tell you about the PlayStation.
Sorry, buddy.
But you know, when it comes, sometimes with graphics, it's like, you know, Symphony of the Night is one of the best. At least I think Castlevania.
Yeah, that's.
But they
fine.
did it.
Yeah.
They executed the 2D sort of to the max with really well done artwork in the background and that. And even though those are just sort of technically not like complicated to do flat, you know, screen backgrounds, but because it was good quality artwork to start with, it was more enjoyable to play. It's one of the games I finished.
Short fun fact. There's one of the few games on the PlayStation that actually switches resolution mid-game. This is a really quick fact. Yeah, it's 240p when you're actually playing it, and the menu is 480. So it'll actually on some TVs or projectors and stuff, it'll freak out. Or like when I'm trying to play on my PVMs, it's a real pain in the fucking ass.
Wow.
Who designs that?
What game is it?
Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the original PlayStation.
Okay.
You know, Larry, that's like an interesting point that you bring up. There was a game that came out a couple, I think it was about a year ago now, Guacamelee. Yeah, 2D side scroller, similar to Castlevania, and loosely similar to Castlevania. But yeah, it looks great. But it was by an indie studio, which wheels back to Travis's point of it really depends on where the studio is, in terms of manpower and what they're able to accomplish.
I think
in a time
it's a
frame.
lot easier to fuck up if you try to go for graphics too. Because again, if you screw something up, it breaks the immersion.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah, like the looking in the background in people's mouths.
Yeah, no, I see that to me. That would
That is
Unity. Yeah.
Unity was
Unity had like a terrible.
They removed the whole entire face. and
like
you got
you're
the
talking to
teeth
teeth
in
and
their eyeballs.
That's a really good point.
But
Yeah.
then it's also like to an extreme of just like now I know this is a game and now I can find these weird, just jacked up things that are gonna happen in this supposedly super immersive world. That's just like, nope, that's not human. That's gross. Fucking monster.
Well, to a certain degree, you could also make that as it's a glitch in the Animus. It's canon. It's not a
whose
bug. It's
anus?
canon. The Animus is the
Animus?
yeah the anus. No, are you
the
guys familiar
butthole
with
of
it?
the-
For those of
butthole
you
of
that
the
aren't
game.
familiar with the story
yeah.
of
I'm
Assassin's Creed,
with my butthole.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, the Animus is what every person has put in.
I don't know, man.
Whoa! Exit only.
That sounds like stuff that I can't find acceptable. You know, like it just makes me want to go. This game is crap.
No, I'm
and
with Brian
you're
on that
done.
one.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not a bug.
you know,
it's,
when you're-
it's content.
You go into a corner and you're seeing like 8 levels of things and stuff. It's like, no, you got to get that right.
I think that happens in almost every game.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
There are games.
There are games that take advantage of that glitch. Minecraft. You can make
Oh, yeah.
X-ray machines. All they're doing is you combine a bunch of crap together. It exploits the glitch, and you can see through like all of the.
But
scans.
I have played games where that never happens.
That's
And you know
Or
what?
you've never found them.
right.
Well,
Yeah, Doom 3, the new
I
Doom,
walk into a
found
wall a lot.
Did you make love
Yes,
to
he
the
does.
corner in every angle you could?
I gotta tell you, you know what? I didn't find that in Killing Floor.
With a lot of games, they tend to subscribe to this.
it. Oh, you could, though.
This 30 seconds of fun mentality where you want to have some interaction. If you're going through at the normal pace, you want to have some interaction on it's not exactly on a rail, but you have like a small linear area that you're able to go to. You want to be able to have 30 seconds of fun every 30 seconds, and you just want that repeating throughout the entire game.
Dude, that's deep.
I know, right? So a lot of these developers,
I feel like we're
especially
down
on-
to 28 seconds.
Jesus. So a lot of
I
developers.
sometimes like to finish in 15.
Sometimes when I'm by myself, 10.
Ben, quick shot. Let's be honest.
You know,
That just seems like friction problems.
So, but no, it's just 30 seconds of fun over and over again. So with like first-person shooters, you have 30 seconds of fun over and over again. Time to get the masturbation jokes in, guys.
We just did it.
So,
So basically, your love for
especially for
feel like achievement.
first-person shooters where they're really focusing
Yeah!
on
First-person shooter. Stop already! Stop! You keep giving the one line.
Okay, it's a lot easier, as you
He's a
said.
straight man.
It's a lot easier to fuck up and
Keep
have
talking, Brian.
bugs.
You're making me hard.
Do I need to keep
Oh,
talking?
come on, quit! I hate when I fuck up and I get bugs. I'm gonna tell
I
you.
tried, Rob. No,
Then
but
you gotta shave.
with these FPSs, it's a lot easier to focus your efforts on making sure that, you have, quality content that's being shipped, whereas for an open world game like Assassin's Creed Unity, you're going to have a higher probability of fuck-ups just by nature of open world gaming.
that's not like one of the bigger
Wait,
fuck ups.
no way.
Thanks a lot.
No, I agree. I agree.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna throw Brian on this one.
No,
Open
no.
world,
All right. Oh,
any of that.
almost
all right. Yeah,
Bethesda. Any
exactly.
Bethesda
Because, all right.
Yeah.
Take one of the bigger one compared to
Quite
Assassin's.
excitable.
It's instead
Yeah,
of.
you even slammed the wall.
I-
What's up, dude?
I'm like right
He's
next to
fucking
it.
lit.
Damn it!
What are you doing? He's smacking his gavel. This
there we
Supreme
go.
Court justice is out of control.
No, but like one of the games with kind of open world was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Off my radar.
Off your radar. Graphically, it
I
looked
love
Aren't you a
great.
skater boy?
It-
I said, see you later, boy. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow, really? You had to go.
Come on, April, let's go.
But graphically,
Well,
it was a
I'm
great
done.
looking game. But when you actually played the damn game, it would freeze on you, then start back up. It had problems in the beginning with it's online because it's supposed to be online the whole entire time, where you could skate with different people. And it was kind of like open world in certain points of the game. Way to go!
I've had that issue before.
Always at the
They have
wrong
a pillar.
time.
Generally, you don't
And you
admit
know what?
to it.
And you know how they had to fix it, and they didn't even fix all the problems by giving you a 7 gigabyte update.
Oh, see,
And thinking about it, I'm trying to think if companies kind of took a page out of Nintendo's book. Their whole mantra was to kind of go okay, we're gonna go with hardware and hardware and program that's tried, true, and reliable. They used old hardware when they built the Game Boy because it was cheap to produce, it was reliable, and they knew what they were doing with it. And again, there's a lot to be said for that. When you're making a game that's solid and tight, the mechanics are good, even if they don't look the best. And Nintendo's still doing well today with their Marios and their Zeldas, and even though
And their little itty bitty games.
they're not the most graphically impressive games.
Well,
compared-
but see, now I was to counter that. Now not to specifically counter because I think you're right about the hardware and stuff, but Donkey Kong Country lit the place on fire.
that's rare. That's not.
With
Yeah,
That was,
And Rare
that was
always did
developed,
amazing graphics
developed by
stuff.
Rare, produced by Nintendo. That's a different
Yeah.
story.
And
They
Rare
own
did
it.
but
very
I think
well.
that
Out
game
of the park
caught
with that
fire
game. Yeah.
with
Out of the park,
graphics.
It was on top of that though. It was a solid platformer.
It was
The
a solid
mechanics were really
platform,
good. It
but-
was tight. It was totally fair. When you died, it wasn't like, oh man, that was bullshit. You knew exactly where you got hit.
Right.
Yep.
You
So
know.
the
And it was your
the graphics
fault.
probably
It was always your fault.
The graphics probably could have been even a little not as good, and they probably game weren't right. The game was
Yeah, but to your point, I mean, what you're really saying is, when you jump to that platform and you miss that platform, you know you missed that platform.
Here's the thing.
Because those graphics were tight.
Here's the
All
thing.
right,
Before we get too far away from Travis's point, though, you brought up a very excellent point in the sense of, Nintendo knows they know their market. They're not gonna, go away from their base.
They have
This
made
is-
screw-ups.
Yeah,
but
they have, admittedly. But like you said, they have gone with tried and true technology. But still, I would say the
the
Wii
motion
is
controls
probably
that we did well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the Wii,
Their
original,
their
Wii was
online
amazing.
connectivity is awful.
Yeah.
Nintendo
Historically,
Network is
yeah.
Nintendo Network's just garbage.
Yes,
terrible.
absolutely. But that being said, that using older technology, with the exception of the Wii, I would say they're probably most odd, advanced.
That was
Yeah.
older technology.
Was
It was a GameCube.
But regardless,
slimmer
historically they've used older technology, so that means their overhead is low. Sure, their biggest expense is going to be in game development, but I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to hire the same people again to do the same work that they've been doing with a higher fidelity. This is exactly why Nintendo's been operating for so long, even with massive failures like the Wii U. I consider that a failure. Some people would disagree.
Well, I mean, monetarily.
Well, that's for another day. Where did Nintendo go wrong?
That's a virtual boy. Damn, right here. What
I
damn?
like that topic.
Yeah, we might have to do that next week.
There's gonna be some
They stopped
fanboys
making
like,
you
it never
play
went
it.
wrong!
Yeah, exactly.
You just don't get it!
I don't get it.
What don't
No,
we
in
get?
fact,
was
it's gone
fucking
wrong
dope.
a couple times.
What
but
don't we get? Put it in the comments below.
They've been big enough to survive missteps.
Yeah, well, they make a profit.
Too
on
big to
everything.
fail.
Yeah, they are almost too big to fail.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're off the topic.
I do think though, if you go back in time, even to like the Game Boy, which was competing against far superior hardware, it still succeeded because the games were so good and the graphics were shite. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, and
Jesus
think about it.
Christ! I got that mini vid break free. That's 1978, and you can play that bastard in the dark. Come on, Nintendo.
Think about it this way: is
Instead
if you
of
have
clamping that light on the top,
to a certain
When did
degree,
that upgrade come? Did you guys have that?
Everybody had that.
Yeah, everybody had that, yes.
if you have a larger sandbox to develop in, as Travis has said, you have a larger probability of failure because there's more points of failure. With the GameCube, sure, not the GameCube, but the Game Boy, they're using tried and true hardware with in a format that they understand. They know there's a low chance of fuck-ups with it. I can't think of any Game Boy game that I ever played that had any bugs with it at all.
Oh.
Other
That
than
you
Pokemon.
play. That you
I
play.
played.
Well, and again, the first party titles were all pretty good, but there was a lot of shovelware for the Game Boy. But anyway, that's
Yeah,
You know what-
guys
you know what I
know
just
more about that than I
realized?
do.
you know what I just realized? That the best way to approach an original Game Boy was actually to have a headlight. Like the headlight.
Wear it on your
there you go. little miner's helmet going on there.
Drop the
That
flash
would be
on
the
there.
best
Close
way
this
to
section.
approach
Kids these
it.
days will
Yeah, I
never.
think we're at the.
Okay, well,
crazy.
no, let's try to narrow it down. So, if a
I
game,
told him to close the section up, which means we're gonna close this up to a point.
Wait a
So,
minute.
closing commentary.
all right, well, I'm going to give my closing commentary.
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's.
Well, we might as well talk.
Well, Rob went wandered off.
Yeah, well,
He just
you
kind of,
wanna-
the guy just wandered off. No, I
Scampered off. I mean, he did not wander.
so there really is no.
Look, he's
Hey,
scampered.
I feel,
Beat the horse. Beat the horse.
I feel really what we've decided is that there's no clear-cut answer on that. That you can have games with great graphics and great gameplay, and they're great, and you can have games with shitty graphics but still great gameplay.
No, but I think that is it. I don't think graphics are the make or break to
No.
a game.
I think they can definitely enhance a game a lot.
Or entice you to look at that game.
Wait a minute,
more
Rob.
As if it's not pretty, I might not look at this game immediately. But if it's real pretty, like, ooh, this game is pretty. Let me check this out.
Yeah, it can definitely be a drawing point, but it
Yeah,
can also
but it's not like a securing point.
In my opinion, I would say that graphics, like higher fidelity graphics, are more so for longtime fans of series. If you look at pretty
Now
much
I just
any-
think we're in a weird
what the
video
fuck is
now.
this?
Yeah, we are.
Wow. Are we gonna get like a YouPorn account?
every once in a while on the live video on Twitch is like submitted to xstudios.com.
Yeah, you guys started.
Where's JJ?
You know, I thought we were safe until you started picking the horse's nose. I thought we were safe.
I can't
but-
find the clip.
You started
so
it.
let's
All right,
go to.
so we beat that dead horse.
All right, yeah, it's a dead horse.
That we need to keep around for beating the dead horse, though. I'm putting that out there right now. That needs to be the new beat
got
the
the-
dead horse feature.
Beat that dead horse. Okay, so
And it should not be far away because we beat a lot of horses.
we do. We beat.
Yeah.
We
I-
beat off.
I
some of
jack
our-
off a lot of fucking stallions, right? Oh, just
Well.
that 3-foot cock.
That visual was unhelpful.
Mr. Red.
Oh, this has gone crazy.
So
That's what got us kicked off a horse sex.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
So-
Saying.
True story.
what's next, Rob?
All right, so now we're now we're
Now
talking
we're talking about
Erotica,
bestiality.
The real question was, why were we ever there?
All right. So what
Trisexual.
what is the next topic, Rob?
Next topic is oh my. Next topic.
Oh, here comes
This
another
storyline.
dead horse one right here.
Well, we gotta do this.
Oh,
Oh my.
Does storyline matter? Can you have a good game with
by-
no
Well,
or
obviously.
bad storylines?
Bad storylines, I'd have to say
Hang on.
no.
Oh, wait, no.
Bad
If I can
dudes,
skip this scene. I
Good
don't
game,
care.
a bad storyline.
All right.
Are you
Over.
bad enough to save the president? Mega Man 2. That's pretty lame. Good game. Pretty bad storyline.
I think you have to establish what you're actually trying to do. A bad storyline in an RPG is death.
Yeah, that's
A
true.
bad
Unless they've got
storyline
really good
in
combat system.
Pac-Man is not a problem.
Actually, a bad storyline and a beat 'em up is really not a problem. As long as you get to beat people up, you're good.
Right. You know, what are you doing, you know?
What about a lovely little game called Titanfall?
Ooh.
That game was good.
Hell yeah!
I like this
Titanfall 2,
storyline.
2017.
Heck,
kept
even
it out of my
Overwatch,
way.
there's not really a storyline to that one.
Oh, but
either.
there is.
There's a big story.
There
yeah.
is.
Blizzard is
Counter Strike. Team
Yeah.
Fortress. Are
So you all know
those
it's
have
a great
story
Team
storyline.
Fortress actually has story.
Is it
Great
super deep?
storyline, The Tapper.
But you'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
Comparatively, it's not too bad.
It's,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
but this is,
by that
this is
lot.
stuff that's not in the
Nope,
game,
not
but
gonna
you
do
can
it.
look it up though. Obviously, like it's the same with Destiny.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a
lore.
shit ton of
It's
fucking
lore.
lore to it, but there was not really much.
Yeah, you
in,
don't
like,
need it.
revealed
Oh,
in the game.
now was it produced?
Needs a new color
Was it
cartridge.
in game? That it was like in Destiny they provided like
Okay.
here's all of the
I'm
lore.
just saying. I think.
Or was it like
outside
no,
of
I need to do
RPGs, it
additional
doesn't
looking.
matter.
Yeah, outside of
Correct.
RPGs,
Oh,
it doesn't really
what?
matter too much.
What other genre do you think?
What we're having a concise and in-depth.
All right,
storyline.
here's something.
Yeah, I think if the mechanics are good in a game, outside of an RPG, the story doesn't matter.
Well,
I
I'm
didn't read
gonna do it
anything in
again.
Skyrim, and I love that game. I just burned through that game. You know why?
But, like,
I didn't read the lore. I didn't care about.
You
the
think
lore.
about
I like the
first-person
gameplay.
shooters,
I agree with that. I didn't
platformers,
either. I read
puzzle
none of the lore of
games.
Skyrim.
What else we got? Adventure game, and maybe adventure games to
Oh,
a
yeah,
sort.
look at like Drake's or the fucking Uncharted series.
Yeah, but I mean, like
There's
there,
always a story.
there
That's
are.
like a whole movie.
Yeah, but you can skip scenes, dude.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true,
have to
too.
watch the cinematic. I don't have to watch.
But
this.
I think
don't have
with
to
an
have a
adventure
storyline.
game, I mean, like
That's a little
It's that-
different.
It doesn't really need to be necessarily.
What about
based on that.
Half-Life? Look at Half-Life.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing series.
good story. A good story can enhance a good game to a great game. There's no saying that. But I don't think a bad story really, as long as the mechanics are good, it really hinders the game too much.
I would completely agree. I think RPGs are really the only place where having a storyline
and sometimes
is-
probably adventure games.
yes, yeah.
Depending
We're-
on like how it's structured or whatever.
and
but-
yeah, and even depending on the story. Yeah, RPGs and occasionally adventure games are probably the best place where story first, then gameplay. But I would agree. Everything else, in my opinion, everything else would be gameplay first, story second. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about
Yeah, I
user
mean,
control.
FPSs obviously don't.
Or if you're
need-
playing those hentai
Right.
visual
Yeah, if you're playing,
Yeah,
playing Honey Pop.
Honey, yeah, if you're playing Honey Pop, looking at you,
That's-
Patrick.
slash Kevin.
Slash Jim.
I don't see the difference.
Slash Kevin.
slash Jim again.
Oh, come on.
Wait, isn't Jim what Patrick will be if he ever gets married?
Yeah, pretty much
Okay,
so.
that's what I imagine.
So
So you
no,
don't give a damn about stories.
no, you know, no,
that's a lie.
that's not what they said.
Look at Doom.
Right.
Well, that's
New Doom
that's
game.
one I
The
really.
original Doom had a crappy story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the new Doom game
There's almost
and
none at all.
whoa.
Almost none at
The story, no, the story for the new Doom game is to me it's almost reminiscent of Half-Life 2.
Barely
Oh, God,
even
no.
there.
How about
Mildly
There's like
reminiscent.
3
how about this?
cut screens.
But I'm completely biased. I'm the type of person that, especially in an FPS, if the story isn't there, and I even find like I smell a tiny bit of it, I will go fucking digging for
I
it. That's
bet
why
you
like
were looking
Destiny
Wait a
at
minute,
those
is like,
videos
so
like 3-4 times.
has anybody
because-
quit a
pretty much.
game because you like were starting you were in you started playing the game and the mechanics were fine, but you're like
the story
the
dropped. it.
story just is
Yes.
too unbelievable. I'm out.
I had a situation that was very similar to that with BioShock Infinite. It wasn't necessarily related to the story. The story was amazing. It's like, to me, I know it's like candy. I couldn't get past the fucking training missions, not because of difficulty, just because it was so god awfully bad. It was like the mechanics were fine. It was so ham-fisted and crowbarred in there. I just I could not do it, and I stopped playing.
We talking about this
I think if the story doesn't
As one
have
does.
a goal, and it's probably again with RPGs or even like it could be a strategic game or something like that, where you might play a few episodes, or you might play a few. You might play a few episodes, or you might play a few missions or whatever, but you might not stick with it long term because there's
Did you see that?
no because the story, there's nothing that grabs you, nothing that wants you don't want to work towards something. That I could see that one being
You're welcome, Internet.
Holy shit! All right, we have to
Great
actually
G2B moments right there.
Larry, get to the fucking point.
I already did.
His point was good.
I did.
I'm
alright.
You just weren't paying attention.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alright. I'm alright with it.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry, I'm
but
just
sometimes
laughing
I
too
zone
much at her fucking reaction.
I wanted to say boo new, but I wanted to contain that to one word as like a hippie thing to do. And then it became boo.
It would
and I
be
was like,
boo.
yeah.
Boom. Yeah, there's been a lot of RPGs, and especially turn-based games, and this happens in JRPGs a lot, where I just that wall of text is just too.
That's what I was.
A digit is missing?
I just.
Oh shit!
It's off screen.
That's hilarious.
Okay, Rob.
Hey,
shrink the
Give me
text
the
down.
correction.
Correction is coming.
Way to go. Way to go.
There you go, guys.
Too big a font size. Too big a font size.
Alright, Tom, are you getting
Yay, go, way to go.
You see that
Correction
one
is coming.
fell off the edge
No,
of
no,
the
no.
screen.
He'll get it.
No, but I'm gonna.
Anyway,
I'll put it in. You're right.
so you were saying about RPGs though,
I was just
with the
about-
wall of text.
Okay,
Again,
yeah, no, I get. You know what?
When is-
After like 3 freaking pages of text, that's hilarious, by the way.
That really is.
That's show prep right there, buddy. Show prep.
Yeah, well, next time, smaller font.
I think
smaller font.
there are some people who really do want to sit down and enjoy cutscenes or text.
I like cutscenes.
It's very
and stuff.
it's very
Rob is still
subjective.
not showing up.
There's some people who
gonna
who
take-
want
Yeah,
to
no,
sit
it's-
down and
it's
get
very
into the
subjective.
lore.
I'm
Like
missing one.
Brian's
Alright.
a good example. He loves digesting the lore of that stuff. And for some people, it's a detraction where you could be actually enjoying the mechanics of a game. It
Did you
really
put it in
comes.
there?
It's again, it's like art. It's personal preference, man. Like
Where is it?
I find the problem though
Yeah, but
if
where's
they
the
give
other
you
letter?
that wall
Oh,
of text
what's
because
the other one?
when I'm reading, sometimes I gotta go back and just be like, "What's going on here?" Like, let me see if I see some context before they drop this.
So you
bomb.
prefer a game with a shitty light story?
I would
okay.
prefer it if I'm given a
light story
book.
can be good because that leaves your own interpretation to it.
Yeah.
Like again,
But I'm gonna counter with everybody's love, man. Final Fantasy VII. It's
not
got
everybody's
that
love.
wall of text, and it's got the.
Yeah, I
but
skipped
man,
that shit.
that one, it really pulled people in, really, and so
Skipped.
it really drove that game because it had the polygons which were fairly new at the time and stuff like that, but the story drove that game.
Well, what about games like Civilization, where you make the story as you go,
And that,
kind of thing?
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I,
fine.
I love stuff like that. But that's more so of that's a strategy game, and story is kind of irrelevant there.
What the hell was I playing the other day? And it was
Yeah,
literally
everyone
6
just ends up to be a
pages
general.
of text.
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
I don't
It
care
was
what
on a portable
politics
game.
is.
oh wow,
Wait,
Wow! It was a portable. RPG.
that is murder.
And it was 6 damn pages. You're welcome.
Yay! Alan
Way to go with those
Token.
corrections.
Alien Token, thank you.
Can I get a straw?
crazy straw preferably, and then poke it through the nose.
Are we just all gonna start wearing masks now? Is
Yeah,
that our
yeah,
thing?
we really
Is that
probably
what
should
we're gonna
actually.
do?
We're all gonna get
As-
horse
as
masks
bad as this
to start
show
the
is, we should all be
podcast.
wearing
Yeah, unlike games which are playable when ugly, we are not.
Well, we are, but I don't know if you want to.
Bravo.
I'll play one of you.
Bump, bump.
But I'm bummed.
Bravo.
That seems true.
Yeah, I think there's some historical proof to it. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I can't take the wall text anymore. I just can't do it. I can take some voice acting. I will skip through it if it starts getting too monotonous.
So
if it's
so
about
you
like
started with the question of, does a story like need to be there? So for you, the story's like an anti-driver.
well, I think
If it's not concise, if it gets where it's like Tolkien or
42 pages of
Faulkner, where it's just like it's grandma talking for hours and hours, like get to the point, like let me get back the gameplay, let me fill it in myself. You don't need to spell everything out.
All right,
Move your checker piece, Grandma. I don't need to hear about the war again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
you know, here's the thing. It's always a thing in adventure games where you wake up out of bed, and now I got to put up with it.
You wake up out of it.
Yeah, because your mom washed up on the shore.
And suddenly the green pill or the
Right,
blue
right.
pill.
And then
The green pill? I
And
don't
then the
remember that choice.
dinosaurs.
it's a new pill. It's a game I'm inventing.
and then
Oh,
17 minutes in, you're talking about how
called the
Grandma
Bill Cosby
loves baking, and you're talking about, oh, Jenny, she thought you were really cute. Shut the hell up. I really don't care. I really don't. The story has to be pertinent, and it has to be concise enough so that at least it matters in most cases. Now,
the filler NPC
there's been times where I like it. Yeah, I don't even like talking to NPCs anymore. I'm just 42 pages to get to what I want.
think-
Really?
I mean,
no,
games.
just sell me my sword.
I don't care about it. Just give me my sword.
here's a great example. Look at a game like Portal and Portal 2, where, yeah, they have a main storyline with it, but they even made artistic choices within the game to showcase that, yeah, there's a much deeper backstory to this, especially if you look into, like, the Ratman dialogues and all the comics that came out of that, the official comics that came out of that.
I think Destiny does a good job too. Like again, it's like okay, you
For
got
all of
lore
its
from the
faults,
outside,
yeah.
or for like lore wise again.
In the beginning,
It's not too heavy. If you want to look into it, you can, but it doesn't interrupt your gameplay.
Exactly.
Or Overwatch again, it's like okay, it's a really straightforward arena shooter like Team Fortress 2. It's a lot of fun to play, but if you really want, you can go fucking balls deep in the lore because they got strong characters. They've got extra stuff online that you can look up. You can watch the videos. You can read the comics. You can they do a good job with that. But if you're not interested in it, just fucking play the game. It's good.
I truly
I think
think
that's kind of a trend, and this is a side point, I guess. But it's kind of a trend in some of the RPGs I've noticed where you pick up books and things, and then the books will give you the lore. And if you want the 17 pages, you can do it. Or you
I think
can
it's
just
a smart
blow
way to do it.
past that, and and
Yeah,
whatever.
Skyrim, yeah, Elder Scrolls games do the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, what about World of Warcraft? The books are some books are completely different from the game, so the canon is.
Are you actually
completely
talking
different.
about like a physical book I have to buy?
Yes,
Okay, so like
that's what we're talking about, right?
no, we were talking about in-game books.
Like the lore, where you have to go online and check them out.
No, the
Or in
games that are
Skyrim,
literally
there's
just
actual books
in the
in the
game.
game.
Yeah,
Like
But
there's
I
additional
thought you meant
text too.
literal
No,
books, yeah.
that works too though, because
Yeah.
that's just taking that and taking it into the real world
Yep.
of like I've got to go. Yeah, it sucks that you gotta go buy that book.
Okay,
but it's more lore that could add to the storyline. So if you want it, you have it, but it doesn't make it so I can't enjoy
Doesn't
this
break
game.
a game.
Yeah, I don't have to go read that book to get what's going on in the game.
Here's the thing. I'm the type of person where, like, and I've done this with Halo 1,000 fucking times, but any consumers like this anytime.
You said you were supposed to not talk about
But,
Halo.
no, it's relevant. It's relevant. I'm the type of person that's going to go and buy all of the fucking books because I am so balls deep invested in the series. There are plenty of people like that for the Assassin's Creed books, for the Splinter Cell books, for the World of Warcraft books.
Okay.
buddy.
But I gotta tell you, occasionally things are a little light on lore. Cause I gotta tell you, I got some serious Qbert questions.
Hey, did you not see the Qbert cartoon?
Oh,
There was a Qbert cartoon.
There was?
Yes, there was.
Oh.
Oh, my head came off.
because
That's what
we're not done beating that horse. We're talking Qbert lore now.
What?
Oh, he's invested, so he took the mask off.
All right. So in the end, I would say, look, if you're doing a graphical RPG and it has more text than Zork did, you got a problem.
Fair enough.
Touche.
Yeah,
Thanks, Greg.
The turntables have turned.
Right?
The lazy Susan spins.
Right.
Sorry, that was weird.
That was weird. Your weird reference.
Appropriate.
Suddenly it's a cooking program.
I want to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I love
All right,
it.
let people know where they can find our sexual deviousness.
All right. Oh my God. Down at the bottom of the screen is our Facebook page. Don't forget, every Friday there is FU Friday, where we give away a free game that's totally gonna suck. Generally.
Generally.
Whoa.
Generally speaking, they do
Generally
suck.
speaking.
All the indie gamers right now just went, what the fuck are you talking about? You're giving away our games!
Generally
It
speaking,
might,
they are
it
kind
might
of
have a
boring.
poor storyline. It might be graphically
Some of them are
different.
Yeah, some of them are
some
good.
very
We've given
good
away a
games.
couple of high-end stuff, too.
We give away
But
a lot of
suddenly
good-
you get a charmer in there.
That's right. We give
perfect.
away
It
a
might
lot
be
of
one of these
games.
days.
That's
We've
right.
given away. We gave away a copy of Disco Dodgeball before.
That's
We
right.
gave away a lot
Wow,
of good
that's a
stuff.
hell of a game right
But
there.
generally, if
With
it's
no
got a thumbs
storyline.
down on Steam, we're
There's
giving it away.
no storyline.
With absolutely no storyline. You're
And
just
it's
a
an
robot,
excellent-
and it's a disco, and it's dodgeball.
We're getting paid by these developers for these crappy games to be like, hey.
That was
play
not
our
a crappy game. It was an
Or
awesome
allegedly-
game. We all
allegedly-
played it, and we all loved it. Don't say it didn't really.
Allegedly crappy
Yeah, we're totally
games.
going IGN with it.
Yeah.
IGN
IGN 5 out of 7. Needs more water.
right?
It's my ass crack!
Okay, that is definitely
Coasters
enough
away.
for this episode. Check us out at www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer. If you like the website, that's where the podcast lives, which is a slightly edited version of what you're seeing here, you Twitchophiles. That is at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Got something you want to tell us? Email us at bite.me@guysgamesandbeer.net. Don't worry, if you misspell it, we'll get it anyway. In fact, you can pretty much write whatever you want there.
Yeah.
As long as it's at @guysgamesandbeer.net.
I like it when it's to Drunken
It's
Larry.
okay. Yeah.
And
Drunken Larry
for
is good.
more of our sexual deviousness, go to www.pornhub.com/guysgamesandqueers.
Absolutely not.
I'll see you there.
On Twitter. On Twitter, you got @GuysGamesBeer. Note that there is no and. There are also giveaways every Wednesday at @GuysGamesBeer.
Yeah, and okay
For
for Fridays too,
Hump
because
Day.
sometimes
We
I
like
like
to
to
do
compete
that.
with Rob, because he's always giving shit away.
It's crappy shit, though.
I don't care.
So wait, if Pornhub's absolutely not, are you more of a RedTube man or what?
No.
See,
He's
no,
a humble man.
No, gentlemen, what we should all worry about is Brian knows about all these sites.
I actually have a
Because I
girlfriend
think we
now.
all know about these
Like,
sites.
it's legit. It's been a couple of months going now.
Damn, and
It's-
what, you got a paid
Oh.
subscription? And we haven't met her yet? And we haven't met her yet?
Wonder why.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, never mind.
Same- yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Same one.
Yeah, dude.
The same one! The same one!
And that is the
Nice.
way we close out Guys, Games, and Beer with
I'm not
a
single!
whimper.
Same one.
Brian has a girlfriend. Sorry, ladies.
Fuck yeah, dude. Way to go. And stolen.
You guys,
Thank you
Gonna
for
go home and
watching
fuck my
Guys,
girlfriend.
Games, and Beer.
Real quick.
Show you that picture. Let's get those measurements and check.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, way to close that out.
We can close out
2 weeks from now, we got the Dirigibles coming on. And next week, I have no idea what the topic's going to be, so it's going to be a potluck poll, which we haven't done one of those in a while. Thank you very much for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. See you guys next week on Twitch at www.twitch.com/guysgamesandbeer. That's 6 o'clock p.m. CST. If we're running late, don't worry. We'll talk about something before the show starts.
easy, too easy.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye-bye.